Let's turn the headboard this way and we'll try the fabric smooth and you can decide. So you basically just lay it on. You just want to go past the corner. You can see the miter, if you will, or the corner, the seam in the foam where it changes direction. You just want to go past it a little bit. So you would leave your 5 inches at this end again.
Okay.
And then you want to position your top fabric. You want to turn the edge under.
Okay.
And you can feel that seam underneath.
Okay.
You want to manipulate the fabric so that it follows that seam. And you can see there, by just turning the fabric under, we can just tuck that underneath and it'll hold it in place a little bit. You can get the idea of what a smooth would look like.
Okay, well that's interesting. So it doesn't even require a sewing machine?
No, you don't even have to get your sewing machine out. There's no hot glue guns involved, so you don't burn your fingers. Excellent. I don't like those hot glue guns. So now that we've got both of those started, you can get an idea of which one you might like.
Okay.
Why don't you grab the insert and we'll just lie it in there so that you can take a look and see if you have a preference.
I really like
the sheared one?
The sheared one, yeah. Yeah, I really like that look.
Yeah, it looks really nice sheared.
Okay. So I really like how you just roll this piece over here, and then it blends in. You can't really tell where one starts and the other one stops.
Yeah, it's kind of neat how that works.
Okay.
The T-nuts in the insert here, you can see those little nuts embedded in the back of this, line up with the holes in the back of this piece of wood here. So we want to get this in place. You have to wiggle it around it. It's a very snug fit. That's normal. It's supposed to be. So now we want to flip it over again. There we go. So you can see the T-nuts in there. We just need to put these, screw these into the holes in the back of here to attach the insert. So you want to do one side first and then go over to that side over there so that it pulls it down evenly. Okay, so we've got all the screws in the back to hold the insert in, so now we need to flip it over again. First you want to go along and fuss with it. Don't be afraid to pull it because it's not going anywhere. It's in place. Okay. This is holding it in. Okay. Staples are holding it in. So it's completely how you want it to look now. If you want it to look like pleats or you want it to look random, ruffled. This is where ruffled. This is where you play with it. You fuss with it as much as you want, as little as you want. And you can pin to about here.
Okay.
And like I say, make it look the way you want it to look. You're pinning right into the foam, so like I said before, you really can't make a mistake with this because everything is, if you get it the one way and you don't like it, you just pull the pins out or pull the staples out and then you start over again. Let's turn it back over and then we're going to start to staple the back. Okay. So your pins are holding it in place. Continue on with how you've got your pins. Pull it snug. You don't want to pull it so tight that you change the shape of the foam because you can pull it that tight.
Okay.
So you don't want to do that. But you want it to be snug and feel it with your hand and yeah, that's about what I want. And then continue on stapling. So I see you got your ends nice and finished there. That looks great.
Yeah, it was actually pretty easy. You just wrap it around like a present, basically.
Oh, it looks really good. We need to flip it back over again, yet again, and trim the fabric on the back. And before we flip it over, are you happy with how it looks? It looks pretty good, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does.
Time to trim just like you trim the insert. So you want to just run this edge of the scissors along your stapling strip there and just trim it all the way around, including this bottom part here.
Okay, so now that we have all this done, all that's left is to do the lining.
Right, and you can just use drapery lining. We want to lay it out. So you just have a couple inches over the edge. And it's already got a nice straight edge, so we're going to use that as our straight edge on the bottom.
Okay.
And we're going to start in the middle, like we always do, and work our way out to the edges. Yep. Let's see what the front looks like. See if you're good with it.
Okay.
Because if you are, we're all done the headboard.
Yeah, wow. That turned out actually really nice. I like
Yeah, it does. It looks really good.
Okay, so I already have my 2 pieces cut, which are 40 by 13.
Okay, for the leg, yep.
Yeah, and so we have it positioned here, and we're just going to start stapling. Of course, center first, yes.
And just before you get it covered up, this you see this slot here. This lines up with the little horizontal. You have a little horizontal plate on the front of your bed frame. There's horizontal slots there, and this lines up with those, so there's a little bit of adjustment, and we have the hardware to go in here. So okay, you've got the leg done. It looks great. Now we just need to cut a slot in the fabric where that slot in the leg was.
Okay.
So you just need to get your scissors started and just go up and they'll stop where the end of the slot is. And so you want to do that on both sides, and then we're ready to put the legs on. It's easiest to put the headboard laying flat on the bed.
Okay.
And I see you've got a cordless drill. That's great. You can use a screwdriver, but it just makes it a little bit easier. So that's great. 6 self-tapping screws, wood screws. There are holes in the top of the leg, and also there is a left and a right leg, and you want the inset on the outside, if you will, so you don't see it from the edge. And also the legs are made in a way that if the baseboard was here, it steps the leg out from the baseboard so that it lays flush against the wall. So that's kind of a nice feature. So I'll put this side on, and you can put that side on, and we'll be ready to bolt it to the bed frame. Just want to make sure that it's all the way up against the bottom of the headboard, and just lean. So we're just going to lift it up and put it down and just set it there for a minute. So here's the hardware that we have. We have a 1/4 inch bolt, 2 flat washers, and a lock washer and a nut. So we're going to put that through the slots, adjust it as we need to, center it on the bed, and then we're done. So there you go, Tara. It's all up and everything. And remember when I had you measure for the legs, you measured from the floor to the top of the mattress for me?
Right.
Well, we added a 1/2 inch onto that, and we do that so that you can get your hand nicely under and that the mattress slides right underneath the headboard.
Okay.
There you go. We have a completed job. I hope you're happy with it. It wasn't too hard to do, was it?
No, not at all.
And we did it in the afternoon, so it truly is an afternoon project. So I'm really glad that I had a chance to come over and help you with it. And I think it looks great.
Me too. Thank you.
Thank you.